When is it time to refuse to coach or mentor someone? We all need mentors, life coaches, those who can teach us critical skills and evoke excellence in us. The good ones are worth their weight in gold. Early in my career, I accelerated my professional development with the help of some amazing people who were kind enough to share their time and expertise. That led me to become an executive coach and offer my time to countless people open to a coach. I also created mentoring networks in large organizations that accelerated the development of critical skills. And all that experience showed me that some people aren't worth the time to coach. And if you're coaching, mentoring, or teaching, here are 6 signs the mentee is not a good time investment. The first type of uncoachable, the arrogant. I offered to teach decades of corporate consulting gig sales to a person who had nearly 0 experience. Our first and last meeting was an eye-opener. I tried to lay out a path to finding and winning corporate consulting opportunities, but she took the airtime to let me know all about her 2 nonprofit experiences. It felt like she was looking for self-esteem reinforcement. I tried to give her that so we could pivot to the purpose of the meeting, but she kept saying, "Oh, I know," and reiterated that her nonprofits were the same as for-profit corporations. I tried to tell her, no, they have different buying dynamics, a longer sales cycle, but she wasn't interested in my opinion. I eventually gave up, smiled, and said, "Sounds like you got this." As I walked away, she said, "But I'd love to have you review proposal drafts." I stopped, smiled, and said again, "Sounds like you got this." Walking away, I wondered why someone would be so stupid to refuse decades of insight, free help, to struggle and fail. And she did. The answer to why is the emotional payoff of arrogance. It's a humbling experience to admit that you don't know, are incompetent in something, and to accept help to gain that experience. But let's get real, it's not that humbling. Smart people have leveraged mentors for thousands of years. They know something that can help you improve. If arrogance is getting in the way, it's not a good use of your time to mentor them. If you are the arrogant one, you're missing out. Uncoachable type 2. Lack of respect for you, your time, and expertise. Closely related to arrogance is a lack of respect for your time. I agreed to coach a guy who was running a complex project. I was helping him manage the people side of the project, something he thought he knew, but he said he was open to my insights. He was busy, but so was I. A month into the coaching experience, it was clear that he didn't value my time. He was late for meetings, didn't complete assignments, or even read key articles I sent him. When we talked about his behavior, he shrugged and said, "I value your insights, but I think we have this." No problem. His boss wanted me to coach him, so I let the boss know that I wouldn't be coaching him anymore. His boss wasn't happy, but agreed that the project manager didn't show that he valued my input. The project didn't go well, but the point is to set clear expectations of the effort required. Otherwise, don't engage as a coach. If you have a coach, set clear expectations and invest the time in the relationship and doing assignments, because it's not only a sign of respect, it's how you will grow. Okay, let's move to the next type. The Uncoachables type 3, 0 quid pro quo. Sometimes the people you help can help you. I coached a friend on proposal writing, and it helped him get gigs. Yet, he disappeared when I needed him to review a book. How awkward. Nice me understood that he was a busy guy, and a book is a bigger ask than a proposal. Wise me agreed that I wouldn't be available for future requests. When it comes to giving your time for coaching, it's quid pro quo or no-go. That brings us to the uncoachable type 4. Can't handle feedback. Most think we're more open to feedback than we really are. Emotionally, it's natural to want affirmation rather than what we perceive as criticism. Coaching relationships are all about feedback, correction, and yes, criticism. Some of the most helpful coaches I've had delivered blistering feedback that didn't feel good. And it helped me improve, which is the point. When people understand that you're delivering feedback in service of an outcome they care about, They see the feedback as meaningful and are less defensive. And if the defensiveness persists, the coaching relationship won't be productive. That brings us to the uncoachable type 5, and that is mindset barriers they won't address. Learning can feel very uncomfortable. That's why everyone involved in a growth, mentoring, or life coach situation must commit to the learning process and deal with mindset issues that can limit growth. I was coaching someone to learn Spanish, but she kept letting me know that she couldn't learn languages easily. But she could. She was making progress, but whenever she felt uncomfortable, she would let me know how she couldn't learn the language. Coaches know how to deal with this. It's called reframing and play. If you can help the person reframe what it means to feel uncomfortable, they're back on track. Also, if you can help them see the learning process as play, then they relax and start to learn. In the case of my Spanish learner, she was very invested in the narrative of can't. Learning and change are very personal things. If someone wants to hold on to a limit, they can have their limits. But as a coach, that's the time to assess if it is a good use of your time to help someone who won't lose the anchor. Speaking of anchor, let's unwrap the 6th type of uncoachable, and that's the liar. If you're coaching someone who lies to you and can't own their behavior, this isn't a good use of your time. I was coaching a manager on accountability conversations that he said he was having with an employee. The problem was he wasn't. He was describing to me imagined conversations with a problem employee, not real ones. I'm guessing that he just wanted to fire the employee, but his dishonesty made it impossible to continue coaching him. People lie for a lot of different reasons. If you catch the person you're coaching in a lie and they deny, diminish, attempt to deflect, or excuse it, they struggle with accountability. Honesty, transparency, and giving an account of commitments are essential for learning, growth, or just being a responsible adult. If these are lacking, don't give your time to someone unless they own the behavior and are working to turn it around. If you're someone who wants to be coached but struggles with any of these 6 red flags, awareness starts your journey to becoming more coachable. If you coach or mentor others, be on the lookout for these 6 red flag signs that you're wasting your time. If you got value from today's video from the Change Capability Institute, like the video and subscribe to the channel.